Okay, quickie update on the lathe. I'm starting the process of lining everything up so I can cut accurately on this. Now I've removed the chuck and started right at the spindle there, indicated off of that. Now it's a metric dial indicator, so I'll take this in millimeters. The spindle is running at around 1/100th of a millimeter run out, which I think's quite acceptable. So I've left that. I took the chuck back plate off of the main body of the chuck and put that on the spindle after making sure the faces were clean, the inside of this was clean, the threads were clean, and indicated this and this on this outside surface and on the face, same as I did on the spindle. This is running at 1/100th of a millimeter run out, which again I think is very, very good. I'm very pleased with that. So now I've got on to putting a piece of ground 24mm silver steel in there that I've used before, and where I was getting sort of plus or minus 0.2 of a millimeter run out, I've now got that down to sort of plus or minus 0.1. That's just at the chuck body there. If we come out further, I don't know what it's like out here. Let's have a look there. Oh, we're a long way there, aren't we? We're 1/2 mil out there. So I think that's a definite case of the jaws of the chuck need grinding, which is something I've got to do before I can do any further line up on this. And I don't have a die grinder. Have I got to invest in a die grinder? I suppose I have, or something else that will perhaps do the job. But anyway, that's where we are, and I don't want to start trying to line the headstock up with the ways until I've got that running correctly, because I've just got no way of telling. I can't put anything in the spindle because I don't know what that taper is in there. It's too big for a 3 and too small for a 4 Morse taper, so I don't know what that is. If I had a collet chuck to fit it, that would be ideal, wouldn't it? I could use that, but I don't have one to fit it. So I'm going to have to grind the jaws on this. So watch this space, see how I figure that one out. Hi again. Little update on lining and levelling this up. What I've managed to do, because I kind of thought about grinding the chuck jaws without having the headstock in line, and I don't think you can do that. So what I've done, I've got this ground bar in here, and I've actually shimmed, is that jaw 3? Yeah, I've shimmed jaw 3, which I found that's now put this bar, when it's in that position, I've got a mark on the bar to show the point, that is now level along the top with the gauge running along the ways. So what I've done is, with that mark indicating the high point, is actually turned it round, so we've now got it 45 degrees this way, and then indicated along, so I know that is level. If it's level in that way, then it's got to be level in that way. So now I've adjusted the headstock to come round now, and that's actually lined up very, very well with the tailstock. I don't know how accurately, I've not put anything on the tailstock and checked the other way, but to thou, I think I'm running maximum 3 thou out, and I've got it indicated here, and it's under 0.1 of a millimetre, so I'm quite happy with that now. So I think I've actually got the headstock lined up with the ways, but the only way I suppose I'm going to really test that is to machine something and see how it comes out, which is what I'm going to do next. But so far, fingers crossed, it's working out okay. And another little thing that's happened today, little addition, I've got another one of these, same as what I put on the drill press. That's coming to post today, and that's now going to go, I don't know if you'll see this, yes you will, it's going to go down here beside there, so I can actually turn the machine on and off. I know that's got an off position there, but as I've said before, when that is in the off position, there is still a live leg going to the motor, and that's the only way I could wire that up to give the forward and reverse. So this now is going to go in there, so I can actually isolate it completely. So that's what will be done next. But anyway, so there you are. I'm going to turn something on here, see how it goes, see how it measures up. We'll go from there. See you later. Right, turning this piece up here, that's what, I think it's roughly 2-inch hex bar. I've cut 2 of these. I'm going to use this to make the change gear studs with, but it's one of them serving its purpose at the moment for lining up the headstock, which I think, well, I've just turned that on there, and I've got a difference of, so let's see, so we've got that's 44, 44.86, and down here we have 44. 84. So I am 2/100ths of a millimetre out, which is less than half a thou. I'm happy with that. So I've locked down the headstock now. I'm more than happy with that. To be under a thou, run out. I know it's not a very long distance there, but I'm going to leave that where it is for now. I'm not going to mess about with it anymore at this stage. I suppose over twice that distance you're going to get a little bit more, but yeah, I'm going to leave that at the moment. I'm happy there. So I suppose the next thing I want to do is figure out the tailstock, but let's see. That looks as though that does want a bit of line up. But anyway, that's got a nice finish on there as well. I'm quite pleased with that. And I'm using high-speed steel to do that. See, so. Right, I'm going to cut a piece of metal to go over here. As Tony Griffiths mentions on his website when he wrote a description of this lathe, that is a bit of an awkward situation where we get metal swarf and chips all fall in there. So I've got some, about 1mm aluminium plate, so I'm going to cut a little cover that goes over there. I'll probably do it so it's like tented, so because that's higher than that face. So I'm just going to cut that out on my little bandsaw.